Good evening and welcome to tonight's Post-16 guidance presentation. My name is Claire Dillon and I'm an assistant principal here at the Ferris School. It's really important to us here at the Ferris that we want to ensure we fully support our young people as they make the transition from Year 11 to Post-16. Now, so far, all of our students have had a one-to-one interview with an independent careers advisor. However, they may still be unsure or have questions that require additional support. And it's important for us to highlight where they can get that support. So they can speak to their tutor, they can speak to their senior tutor, any of their subject teachers or the curriculum leaders. They can also speak to or make an appointment with Yvonne Kenton, who is responsible for broader student learning. But what they can also do is make use of Unifrog. And Unifrog is the area that I'd like to explore with you tonight as we move through the presentation. So Unifrog is a platform that we use here at the Ferris School. We actively use it for one-stop careers information. All of our students have a login and they can access Unifrog at any time. Information from their careers interview is recorded on their Unifrog account, so they can go back and they can refer to that as and when they need to. Unifrog partner with schools to support students to progress into the best possible opportunity for them. And they do this by providing a one-stop shop where students can explore their interests. They can then find and successfully apply for the next best step after school. Now, when you go onto the Unifrog platform, you will see there is lots and lots of areas and menus that you can look at that can offer information. But there are 5 key areas: exploring pathways, which includes a careers library, subjects library, lots of interesting articles to read. There's also information on where you can search for opportunities. You can record what you've done, so as our students progress through their through school life, what they can do is any interactions they've had, which includes the careers interview, they can record all that. So again, they can go back and refer to that at a later date. They can draft application materials, so look at personal statements, CVs, resumes, and there's information and guidance on that. But they can also make applications for their post-16 intentions. What is really useful, that as a parent, you can also sign up to Unifrog, so you can see the platform that our young people can see. In order to do that, you need a code, and the code is listed below, and it's Parents the Ferris. Once you've made a note of that code, you can then go on to the landing page onto unifrog.org, and it will bring you up the following option. On the right hand side, it will ask you if you've already signed up. At that point, you can sign in as a new member. And if you look at the platform that it brings up, you will see that it will bring up a table. In the top box, that's where you need to put the Parents the Ferris code. And then you will fill everything in using your own details. So you can put your own email address in. What you can also do though is put in your home postcode. The example I've got here, I've put in the Ferris postcode, but you can put in your own postcode there and then obviously put in your own password. But it is useful because you can then see exactly what our young people can see, and then you can support as and when needed. What I wanted to focus on though is looking at college and sixth form applications and how you can actually do that. Now, when a student logs in, they will see this platform and it looks something like this. Lots of bright colours and lots of boxes. But the area that we want to focus on tonight is looking at college and sixth form. Now, when they select the orange box, which is shown here on the right hand side, it will then bring you up an information page, and it gives you some information there on qualifications and a bit of there's some information on college versus sixth form. So it's worth having a read on that. But once you've done that, as you make your way through this, all the time you are hitting the next button that is here in the turquoise box. What you can then do is it will ask you to put in a subject or a range of subjects that you have an interest in. This will allow the search to focus on what you're actually interested in, and it will make sure that the college courses that it will bring up for you are of course relevant. Now you can select up to a maximum of 10 subjects, and you would put that in the keyword box shown at the top here. Once you've done that, again you hit the next button. What it will then ask you to do is it will ask you to put in a radius of how far you want to search, and that will give you a search on the postcode that you put in. So it will, as you can see here, it's showing you a London postcode, but you can select whether you want it 2 miles, 5 miles or 10 miles. But once you've done that, it will bring up all the colleges that offer courses related to the interest that you've put in. And again, once you've done that, you hit the next button. It then brings you up a really useful range of courses. And then what you can then do is look at, see what you find most interesting, and then what you can then do is rank, and you can actually filter those courses. It allows you then to select those courses, and it allows you to highlight them and put them into a shortlist. So this can then help bring the range of courses that you are looking at. It can help sort it for you, and it of course can filter and then narrow the search down into the areas that you are particularly interested in. Now at any time you can actually select that course that it's brought up, and you can have a read about that. But what it will then do, which is really useful, it will email you. Once you've put all of those courses into a shortlist, it will then email to your email address those courses. So again, you can have a look at those courses at a later date, and then it would allow you to apply for those courses as and when you wish to. If you are looking for an apprenticeship, the process is exactly the same. But when you go onto the landing page that we looked at earlier, instead of the orange box, which is highlighted as the sixth form and college, there is one for apprenticeships. And the process is exactly the same. It uses a series of searches, again, in order for you to narrow down to an apprenticeship that you might find useful. So we've looked at quite a lot of information there. I hope that it's narrowed it down a little bit for you, but just to summarise then, in terms of next steps and where you can go, what I would suggest is that you actually look at Unifrog, look at the Unifrog platform, either as a parent or as a young person. And if any of our students they can't remember their password, all they need to do is go onto the landing page, select the forgotten password option, and it will email them a reset password option. They can then go and they can explore and look at the areas that we've looked at in tonight's presentation. Any of our young people can of course speak to their tutors or their senior tutors within their houses, any subject teacher or curriculum leaders at any time to get further information. Again, just as a reminder, they can always speak to Mrs. Yvonne Kenton, who is responsible for broader student learning. And I've put her email address there for you just in case you would like to make a note of that. But that's ykenton@theferrers.org. And of course you can contact myself. My name is Claire Dillon and my email is very similar. It's cdillon@theferrers.org. I hope I've given you a little bit of information that will be of use to you. But again, with all of this, if there are any questions, do please contact us. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you. Bye bye.